Hey everyone, and welcome back to another VR news recap, going over not only the major stories over the past few days, but also giving a platform to those lesser seen. There's a lot to talk about and an exciting announcement today, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Today we have Microsoft VR, virtual desktop and 90Hz play clarifications, a headset that knows everything about you, and of course a giveaway challenge. 1 to 2 Oculus Quest 2s are incoming, and I have a challenge for you to get that second one. Also, if this content was useful to you or you enjoyed it at all, hitting that subscribe button is the best way to see more. I hope you enjoy the video, y'all. VR horror is good. It's real good. Phasmophobia is trending everywhere. It's well deserved. But you know what else is good? VR horror that builds awareness in other areas, and whether that was a focus from these developers or not, I don't think it was the main focus. This may be the first time you've heard of a game called Awake In. As the developer's first project, it's a first-person horror experience combining elements of action, stealth, and puzzle solving. You'll be doing all your dark and scary exploration though, using a wheelchair and wheelchair mechanics to traverse the hallways here. You wake up as a human-sized doll in an abandoned retro-style hotel where apparently something bad happened in the past, something a strange machinery had to do with it. Who are you and how did you find yourself here? Using a wheelchair to travel throughout the game is nice to see, as the game can build on not only bringing awareness to the possible limitations and difficulty of using a wheelchair, but it directly forces you to experience those in a tense horror setting to make those difficulties even more pronounced. There have been plenty examples of games that shed light on difficulties and limitations of people, like Hellblade did for mental disorder, and VR seems to be a natural fit to educate and have fun at the same time. I'm looking forward to trying this one. Whether this was the intention of the developer or not, good on them. But pretty please, Microsoft, like really, listen to our collective cries. We want you invested in VR. I'd even deal with the VR version of the Red Rings of Death if it meant you became one of us. But joking aside, looks like the support is still very far off. At the time of filming this, October 1st, the Microsoft Store has a listing for the HP Reverb G2 VR headset setup, an app that looks to be an initial setup feature of the headset. Harry Baker of Upload VR has reached out to an HP rep, and they confirm there is no current support for the Xbox One and that the listing is likely an error. Phil Spencer? Well, he no likes VR. We know that. You remember these remarks from him. I have some issues with VR. It's isolating, and I think of games as a communal kind of together experience. We're responding to what our customers are asking for, and he said this, nobody's asking for VR. In my day-to-day business, I'll concede that as a leader, I always have a lot to work on, but this is a mentality that follows instead of leads, and growing up as an Xbox kid, I expected more from an industry giant. Yes, the HP Reverb is a collaborative headset between Microsoft and Valve, and Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 is going to be getting VR support, but it all feels sort of like appeasement rather than internal interest, but maybe, just maybe, there will be eventually a future between Microsoft and VR. What do you think? But speaking of thinking, in what I call a great segue, the HP Reverb G2 Omnicept edition knows what you're thinking. All hail the HP Reverb G2 Omnicept. This is the upcoming Omnicept edition of the HP Reverb G2, launching in early 2021, that comes with face tracking sensors and an ability to measure what they are calling your cognitive load, which they claim can capture the user's response in real time and can generate insights and adapt to each user's experience. My cognitive load is mostly beer, best girl in VR, so I feel sorry for this headset reading my load here. This headset can sense expressions, even your heart rate and eye movements, with the promise of foveated rendering as well. But what about the data it's collecting? Aric, why are you not shit-talking this headset and the data collection possibilities like you do to Facebook? Well, because it's Facebook versus HP. One has an obviously bad track record, the other one, I don't hear anything, and that's better than the alternative. Secondly, here's what they had to say about the data collection. Headset firmware safeguards sensor data at every moment of capture, and no data is stored on the headset. HP Omnicept powered applications help ensure the capture and transfer of data comply with GDPR and keep user data confidential. This is obviously an enterprise and developer focused headset. We get that, but there's a lot of info this headset can provide to developers and users alike that are going to lead to some great experiences. I'm excited to see how this plays out, and I'm very interested to see what the price is going to be. What do you think about the Omnicept edition? Let me know down in the comments. Let's talk about the real man, the real guy. This is Guy. Guy's the man. Guy is the lone developer saint who made Virtual Desktop one of the best things to ever happen to the Oculus Quest. Guy did not get an Oculus Quest 2 ahead of time, but still is doing the work that Facebook and Oculus should probably have already done. We spoke in a previous video of Oculus not ready for a wireless Air Link, as internal debates rage on, with possible discomfort concerns a main reason they haven't pulled the trigger yet. However, what Facebook isn't doing, Guy does, and he got PC VR games wirelessly streaming to the Oculus Quest 2, through virtual desktop of course, running at 90 Hz. More impressive, some reports are showing around 25 to 35 millisecond latency, although my experience is usually less when using virtual desktop, but 90 Hz performance may be a factor here, and I'd argue 15 or less would be the most desirable. My Oculus Link is usually in a similar range to this, but what I'm getting at here, I know I'm rambling, is this is very, very impressive, and the fact Oculus refuses to accept virtual desktop and embrace it, it's a huge loss to us all. In a more recent update to this, you may have seen videos from Teel Wood and Mike from Virtual Reality Oasis showing virtual desktop at 90 Hz, but in a recent tweet from Guy, it looks like this will not happen at launch. Currently, the dev kits and press units that have been given out on the Oculus Quest 2, they do have 90 Hz mode enabled for apps, but there will be an OS update before launch disabling this 90 Hz feature from apps and optional for the Oculus Home. Later on, this will be reversed and the experimental feature added for 90 Hz play. Why? Who the hell knows? Likely it's similar to the Oculus Link, and a feature or product is coming and will be unlocked later. Either way, the moral of the story, you're the man, Guy. Let's talk about size though, and how it matters, but we're talking about the size of your available storage on your Oculus Quest or Oculus Quest 2. You probably noticed most Oculus Quest games out are fairly small in size. It's going to take a lot of games and experiences to fill an Oculus Quest up, or just a few 360-degree VR adult videos. I myself many times when asked by you all which size to get, have advised in the past to get the smaller unit. It would probably be fine if you're pinching pennies, and while that is still 100% absolutely true, it's undeniable game sizes are bound to get larger now, and the first new large title has appeared. On a recently released frequently asked questions page about the Walking Dead Saints and Sinners for the Oculus Quest, you know, one of the two Walking Dead games out there, they revealed the size of this title coming by saying both builds of the game will be around 9 GB each, going to be around 12 GB though once the trial mode is fully implemented. After the OS and other items on the headset take up some space, that's around a fifth of a 64 GB Oculus Quest 2 storage, and I expect more and more games to be launched for the Oculus Quest platform to keep increasing in size. Yes, you can delete games and reinstall later. We all also wish there was expandable memory, but we know that's not the case and not coming. Just think about this if you were on the fence on which Oculus Quest 2 you're pre-ordering. Alright, are we good? Yeah, okay. Finally got the camera working. Vive wands are basically weapons in disguise, but guys, there was something kind of amazing that happened on Patreon. I got a message the other day. Thank you very much. This person wants to be anonymous, but a donation will be coming that basically equates to an Oculus Quest 2. And that money, while I really appreciate that person, and we spoke, so I'm not just taking the money and doing what I want with it, we thought it would be a great way to give back, especially to everyone who just really wants an Oculus Quest 2, but with COVID, money's tight, money's very hard. We're going to be putting that to an Oculus Quest 2 giveaway that is started right now. The winner will be announced on the channel, Discord, and Twitter on October 13th for the Oculus Quest 2. You can enter just by following me on Twitter and retweeting the tweet. Link will be down in the video description and the pinned comment, so you have it both there. This is not Gleam.io. Screw that site. It's awful. It's garbage. So this is the easiest way that I can get everyone down by just counting the retweets. It's easy enough. Also, last time we did an Oculus Quest giveaway, it's been a little bit, but we did a lot of them. Getting the retweets was pretty easy, so I set a goal for this one. If that tweet gets 5,000 retweets, which happened on all the other ones, we'll do a second giveaway. I'm basically giving away two, one out of my pocket, one from him, and if I happen to get an Oculus Quest, if I happen to get one from Oculus, I'm just gonna give that one away too because I already have one on the way, basically. But guys, the reason we do these giveaways is not for subscribers, it's not for views. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of giving away stuff sometimes because it just causes me a lot of stress. But we do it because you guys have provided me so much. I actually tweeted about this the other day. 300 plus videos already out. Never expected where we are now compared to where we started. So thank you all for supporting the channel. This is the absolute minimum that I could do, and I hope someone who really needs it wins. Thank you all for your support. That's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe. That way you never miss an upload. And as always, we'll see you next time, Space Cowboys.